Hello lovely friends, welcome back for another pregnancy update, but my last pregnancy update here at my house, so that's exciting. As you can tell by the title, we're doing week 38 of pregnancy. I am exactly 38 weeks as of today, so that's really crazy. 38, I meant 39 weeks as of today, so that's even more crazy. We're a week out from the mythical due date, so we'll see when baby girl actually wants to come. If you're new around here, my name is Sandy-Kaye, and I love putting out motherhood content as I'm figuring it out. As a mom, I have 2 kids, an almost 3-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter, and she'll be 1.5 here soon too. Start off with baby. Baby is about 19 to 21 inches at this point, and about 7 to 8 pounds, about the size of a jackfruit. At this point, your baby's body is not growing that much, but their brain is still doing quite a bit of growing. It is actually 30% bigger than it was just 4 weeks ago. Your baby's pinkish skin has now turned white or a whitish gray and will have no pigment, no matter what their eventual skin color, until after birth. Baby has now likely reached his birth weight between 6 to 9 pounds, with 1/3 of that weight being made up by their head. Let's go ahead and dive into my symptoms this week. There was one night where I was up until 12:30 and I felt it the next day. I slept until 8:30, so I got enough sleep, but just going to bed later killed me. By 3 p.m. I just had to sit on the couch. I was pretty tired. I've constantly been feeling the urge to do things, that nesting urge to just organize and be moving. As this is my last week at home, I've kind of gone a little crazy looking through every cupboard. If you look on my channel, I did put out my nesting video, so that's all the things I've been working on. I just got all the stains out of our comforter and washed that as it was definitely needed. It's been a while. I have been starting to think about inducing labor at 39 weeks, just in all the natural ways, you know, walking and sex and more raspberry leaf tea and dates, and what else, maybe starting to try out my new pump and just all those things. And then also a big one that my cousin was saying worked for her was listening to labor inducing tracks, and so I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's listen to those every day. I would love for this baby to come early November, on the due date November 1st, or even before in October, because soon after is her brother's birthday. Notice I have been getting a little more moody this week. I had just gone up the stairs, and so I was out of breath, and I felt the baby kicking me, and the baby's head just felt so low, and then my husband like barely touches my belly, and I just was not really happy about it, because I'm like, there is so much going on in my belly right now. I just don't want people to really touch my belly or touch me. It's hard when like I have 2 big toddlers sitting on my lap, another one wanting me with babysitting and everything. I'm just like, because I barely have a lap as it is with my belly growing. Tuesday night, I could have possibly lost a little bit of the mucus plug, but I'm leaning towards just more CM, I think it was. This week I've definitely been feeling a lot more pressure from baby just when I'm walking around. And I noticed when I was doing the cat pose, you know, where you're tucking your pelvis under, I could not tuck my pelvis under as much because baby's head is just right there. And also when I was sitting in the car, just I couldn't get very comfortable behind the steering wheel as baby is low, and then the bum still feels like pushing up on me sometimes. I have noticed some more diarrhea this week, and I'm not sure because my kids have all had diarrhea too, so we've kind of been eating the same. Not sure what's going on there, so I don't know if that really counts as, you know, they say diarrhea at the end of labor, or at the, like right before labor's to start or whatever, so I don't think it accounts for any of that. I am thinking I'll have this baby around my due date. I had my daughter at 40 and 4 days and my first son at 41 weeks and 1 day, so a little bit earlier on my daughter, so I'm hoping a little bit earlier this time. And my body is starting to finally feel more ready for labor, starting to feel a little more heavy, a little more pressure, you know, all those things. So I'm like, that is good. I am starting to finally get to that point of really feeling pregnant. Overall, I have just been a little more moody, crabby this week, like I was saying, and just having a harder time coping with toddlers that have a lot of emotions and just not really, you know, feeling guilty. Like, did I do the right thing there? Like, I don't know how to be a parent to this toddler sometimes with how he acts. And then adding babysitting in the mix to have 3 toddlers is a lot. So I have been struggling this week, but just kind of enduring, surviving, just to have the house clean, have meals fed, and keep kids alive. It can just be a lot just to get through the day. Where my house is at as far as being organized and clean feels really good. I really have gotten a lot of stuff done, like all my clutter spots and cupboards are cleaned. I just did a fresh vacuum as we're leaving today, and I set up the baby bassinet and my little side cart with all my breastfeeding and the diapers and all those things, and I'll set out the diaper caddy like right as I'm getting into the car because that one has snacks in it. I know my toddler is gonna find it right away, so that just my little diaper caddy downstairs. And I'm gonna set up the little play mat, and just, it's gonna be so real. I have a swing over here by me, by the couch, that I'll set up right before we go and hope that my kids don't try and swing in it all the time. So just feeling super prepared with all the freezer meals and everything that I've done in advance here. And I think it's gonna feel really nice coming home to a clean, organized home with meals ready for us to eat. With all of that being said, emotionally, how am I doing? I would say I'm kind of at my limit as far as like this being my last day of babysitting, this being my last week of babysitting. It has been a struggle waking up at 5 a.m. 4 days a week with my husband for work, and then I babysit the gal at 5 a.m. It's just an early morning. It's just full on. I feel like all the time I hardly get to catch my breath, and so I am just kind of at my limit. And so I'm grateful to be able to go to my in-laws' house, not to have to worry as much about cooking dinner, and just be able to kind of be a guest. I always kind of feel like a guest there. My mom-in-law is just so sweet. My father-in-law too. They just take care of me and help with my kids, and I'm just excited to get some of that help from my husband, of course, as well. But yeah, looking forward to just being with family and being able to relax and sleep in. How am I preparing for labor and birth? I am just about done with Ina May Gaskin's Guide to Childbirth book. I only have 80 more pages of that, and just wanting to listen to more hypnobirthing tracks. I need to be better about this. I haven't been super consistent. And then finally just working on my breathing, doing the 5-second breath in, 6 breath count breath out. I don't know why I can never say that. Just really focusing on relaxing from head to toe, releasing all tension, because once you get in having surges and you're in the middle of labor, it is so much harder to relax your body. And so I'm really hoping all the practice I've been doing nightly is going to pay off during labor and really help out. Moment this week, I would say yesterday I wanted to kind of make it like the best day ever, which I don't know, that's kind of high expectations, but it was a super fun day because since this is my last week babysitting, I just wanted everyone to have a fun time. And our last, you know, little week at our home, and so we went to the park in the morning, and the kids had so much fun just chasing after robins, also going to the pool, and this baby just keeps kicking out in my side so much I'm just pushing her limbs back in. But yeah, then we went to the pool after their naps, and it was so glorious to see them all jump into the pool and to see their big smiles, because it's been a while since we've made it to the pool. Last question is, what am I excited about? And there's a couple things, but for one, I've been talking the whole time, but going to my in-laws' house, super exciting to see family. And then we're also going to go to a trunk or treat thing tomorrow through our church. We just go to the parking lot, everyone opens up their trunk and hands out candy. You just do the loop. So we have a little hippo costume for my son and a little hedgehog costume that my son wore last year that my daughter will wear, so that will just be so much fun. Just looking forward to this baby, obviously. I know how intense it can be pushing out a baby, but it's also one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. I think the most beautiful thing my body has ever done, and so I'm also really looking forward to it. I have the best birth team of women, a midwife with 2 assistants, and a student who's going to be there too. I just feel so blessed to be supported by them throughout my pregnancy and for this upcoming labor and birth, and I really am looking forward to it, but I am going to keep doing the mental work to make sure I am just really in the right headspace for the peaceful, lovely birth that I want. Anyway, let's end off with a bump update and then we'll let you guys on your way. Here is my 39-week pregnant belly from the side, from the front. We are getting so big. Thank you so much for watching this pregnancy video, and if you would like to follow along to see all my other videos that I've posted, go look on my channel. I have them listed, baby number 3 week by week, something like that, in a playlist, and I'm going to keep on uploading these until I give birth. This could potentially be my last update, but we will find out. Bye guys.